Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Dave Adams. In this video, we're all about our health. So we're building a BMI calculator using JavaScript. Let's get right into this video. So first off, I want to go into VS Code. I have my folder set up. I have my index file, I have my JavaScript file, I have my CSS file. So today we're going to do this with the help of base CSS, my beginner-friendly CSS boilerplate. I have a video on this so you can check it out more in depth. So we're going to click on Get Started. And the easiest way to use base CSS within your HTML file is to copy this link. So I'm going to click it here. And I'm going to go into my HTML file. I'm going to paste the link here. And then we are done. So the next thing we want to do is to create our heading, which is a H1. We want to give it a class of main heading. And we want it to have an extra thick font weight, sorry. So extra thick. And then we want to see BMI Calculator. Okay. So now we're going to go into our browser. First off, we have to go live. So I'll right click and open with the live server. Good. So we have that right here. Now before that, I quickly want to go back one step, create a container first off. Also give it a width of 20p, 20%. So I'm doing this because my screen is very large, so it can vary at your end. So I have, I think with the width, we have 100% up to 100%. So you can vary with that. Yes, so we have our BMI calculator right here. Now, also let's make this centered, right? Good. So now that we are done with that, what we want to do is to go to base CSS, and then we're going to look for our form component right here in the nav. So this is our form component, and this is a template. So I realized that I left out the submit button in this code, but we're going to fix that quickly. Now, I want to paste the form here. I want it to have a margin top of 40px, so empty 4. Now, we're going to paste the button right in. So I'm going to the browser, sorry. I'm going to right click on the submit button, inspect, and I have that button right here. So I'm going to right click and click copy element, and that we should be good to go. So I'm going to clear this final label and input and paste it here. Also, I want to take out this flex. It's because of the flex that all the text filter appearing in a row. So I want to take that out so they each start on a new line. Now, another thing I want to do is to change these to numbers. So number, good. And what do I want to do here? I want to take your weight, so that'll be the label weight, and then your height. For the placeholder text, I want to say enter your weight in kg. So we're going with a metric measurement, so we're doing kg over height in meters. I mean weight in kg over height in meters. So I'm going to enter your height in meters. So let's check out how that looks in the browser. Good, we have this. what I want to do is change this MR. So I'm just going to copy the highlight the MR, click Control D again, click right so it goes to the end, and I'm going to do an MX auto. And let's see how that looks. That should center everything. Oh, the how do you call it, the labels. Oh man, okay, so I'll revert that just for this video. Also, I want the submit button to have a background of deep blue and then text white. So let's go into the browser, check that. And yes, I mean font white, should be font white, sorry. Font white. And these are all base CSS classes that you can look up, yes. So we definitely have our BMI calculator right here. So the purpose of base CSS is to help you learn JavaScript while not sacrificing too much time and not having a plain looking interface, just to add a bit of style to your code or your websites while learning JavaScript. Yes, so now that we're done with the form, lastly, we want to place our result outside the form. So we want to clear this. The result will be empty for now. So we're going to start giving IDs. So we'll give the result an ID of results. Let's copy this, or we can write it manually. We want the button to have an ID of submit. We want the height to have an ID of height. We want this input as well to have an ID of weight. And what else? Yes, so weight, height, the button, which is submit, and results. So now we go into our JavaScript, which we have linked right here. So first things first, I want to say let height. So there's a new variable we are creating. So I spoke about variables in my previous video. Let height be equal to what? Documents, which is the whole web page that we have in the browser, dot get elements by ID. So now we're going to type the ID of the element, which was height. Yes. Now that we have one, we can duplicate this throughout and then just tweak it a bit. Good. So let's highlight this, Control D, and type in weight. Let's do it again. Let's do was it results? Let me quickly. Okay, it was with an S. So I'll do an S. And finally, I want to do submit, which is the submit button. Good. So now we have most of what we need. Now to check that these elements have actually been selected, one practice I normally do is to do console.log and then enter the variables there. Currently the variables are storing these values in them, so you can reference these values by calling the variables result and submit. So when I'm done, I can go into the browser, quickly go into developer tools, pull this up, go to console, and I should have all my buttons right here. So we have the input, you can see them highlighted anytime yes. So it's not showing because it doesn't have content, and this is our submit button right here. So that means we selected all our elements that we need. Now, if the element is not selected or you didn't reference it well, the output will be null. So let me Okay, let me just take a T away from the element ID and let's see what gets output. So you see this time we have a null at the end, and that's what I mean. Sorry, there's a null right here. Good. So now we can move on back to submit. Now with the submit, what we want to happen is when the user submits the result, we want the calculation to happen. So we're going to call the submit button and we're going to add an event listener, which is right here. Now the event listener we want to add is the click, which is there. We're going to leave a comma, and we're saying that when the button is clicked, we want to trigger a function. Good. Now with the function, we want to pass in the event object. You can call it event or E for short. Now, first off, we're going to prevent default, e.prevent default. Then we're going to have our braces and we're going to terminate that line. So the use of prevent default is normally when you click the submit button in a form, it reloads the page. But you can see, pay attention to the reload here. You can see it's not happening. And if I go and then uncheck or comment out this line, you notice that anytime I click, the page reloads, and that's what we want to prevent. Otherwise, we're going to lose our information from our text, our form field. Sorry. Good. So the next thing we want to do is to actually calculate for our BMI. So let's create another variable called BMI. Now we want to say BMI. Let's assign this to BMI. We want BMI to be equal to weight in kilograms divided by height exponent 2. So in programming, mostly the operator for multiplication is an asterisk, but because we are raising to the power 2, we're going to have 2 of that, and then we're going to place 2 here. So this is height exponent 2, or height times height, right? And that should do it for us. So this is basically our BMI. Now when our BMI is calculated, we obviously want to output. So that's where results comes in. So results dot inner text. Inner text, should be equal to, not equal to, we are assigning BMI to results.inner text. So let's go and check, and we'll come and make some changes. Also, yes, okay. So back into our browser. So I check my weight 82.5, my height 1.83, and it says not a number. Wow. Why does it say not a number though? Oh my. So the whole error has been, we have been multiplying the elements. We've been multiplying. I made a mistake. So I was multiplying this by this, when in fact it's supposed to be the value within it. So that was where the error was. It's supposed to be weight dot value by height dot value raised to the power 2. And we should have BMI outputs now. Wow, that's crazy. 1.83, and that's the value of BMI. Let's place an empty 4. So basically we want to round this value off. So we're going to use the math object, say math dot round round our BMI. So let's do this again, and we should have our value rounded off. So basically that's how you check for your BMI. There are various categories for underweight, normal weight, overweight, and obesity. So yes, thank you so much for joining this video. So now you have your own BMI calculator on your PC and you can check your weight anytime.